Tracy Davies sensed there was something wrong with her son Ben the moment he was born.
How they had to suction his lungs, and I just kept thinking, this is my second baby, but I don't think this is normal. And they're like, it's okay, it's all normal, and you'll be fine once he gets home. And he wasn't fine. He was sick all the time.
Ben had 20 ear infections by the time he was 6 months old, and as he grew, so did his list of ailments.
Bronchitis, pneumonia, ear infections, sinus infections, gut infections, you name it, Ben had it.
My life was just kind of consumed around going to the doctor, spending time in hospitals, trying to figure out what was wrong with me.
Finally, when Ben was 5, an ear, nose, and throat doctor had a suspicion. He ran a blood test, which confirmed
Ben has primary immunodeficiency.
Primary immunodeficiency is a rare genetic disease. People with PI have an immune system that doesn't work correctly. They get sick from infections easily and more severely. The Davies were sent to an immunologist who began Ben's treatment that very day. These monthly infusions at the hospital were hard. Ben is terrified of needles. The treatment took most of the day, and the side effects were rough.
I wanted to be home. I wanted to feel better. I just wanted to be a normal kid.
Ben would eventually get his wish. When he was about 13, doctors recommended he switch to a drug called Hizentra, a much faster subcutaneous treatment that could be done at home.
I didn't have to deal with going to the hospital every month. I got to be at home. I was with my friends. I was with family. I just felt a lot more normal. And that was probably the biggest freedom for me, was being able to feel like a normal kid again and be able to live my life.
But that's not the end of the story. Remember how PI is genetic, runs in families?
In the back of my mind, I knew.
Turns out Tracy has PI too and is now also taking Hizentra. This mom and son duo feels there is a moral to their story.
Hope and not giving up, advocating for your children, number one, as a parent, educating yourself.
I hated talking to people about my disease and sharing my journey, but now I'm able to share it with people, and I hope I make an impact on people's lives, and that's definitely what I try to do.
What a happy ending there. That was Mindy Becerra reporting. By the way, Ben has been on Hizentra for 20 years now. He's a grown man, as you saw, and when we say grown, he is grown. He's 6'7", far from the infant who was failing to thrive. He graduated college and was recently married and is feeling well.